Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. I want to talk about gold because the price action is very unusual since around the 12th of December. And of course, there's a lot of speculation about intervention, manipulation, futures market, paper gold, physical gold, open interest. But for the many years, well, it's almost now 16 years since I've been following the price of gold very closely from around 2002. It's very rare to see what we've seen since around the 11th of December. Well, on the 11th of December, we made a low at 1240.82. And then the next day we bottomed at 1236 and actually closed up on the day from the previous day. And since then, with the exception of a couple of days, we've gone up every day. So virtually 15 straight trading days up in gold. And why is that unusual? Well, because the Gold Cartel, which is composed of the bullion banks, the central banks, and probably big hedge funds who piggyback on the Gold Cartel, they always come in, and smash gold whenever gold starts trading up. But for about a week now, or not a week, but the few last days, I thought, oh, maybe it's because it's the Christmas, New Year period. The market is thin. But today again, gold has kept going up. We traded through very key resistance level, the high from October at 1305, and as I speak here, we're at 1312. The high has been just below 1315 in the spot price. The other indicators pointing to more strength in the precious metals are the mining stocks. HUY gold index is up 2% at 196 right now. It might be a bit delayed. The XAU index is up 2.5%. So yeah, what is happening? Is the gold cartel, are they running for the hills, so to speak, covering their positions because there's a big physical buyer out there of real gold? There have been studies that the paper market, and that includes the LBMA, which is an OTC market but virtually traded as a paper market, and the COMEX are leveraged like over 90 to 1. So you can see that if there is a real physical buyer out there, big physical sovereign buyer or even institutional buyer, it could get these guys covering very quickly because the gold price is heavily, how can I say, influenced by paper gold, the futures, LBMA, and also they traded on the swaps derivatives market in London. London is the home of hypothecation. You can rehypothecate many times over, and that's why the biggest American banks are in London, and the biggest banks from all over the place are in London, because they can leverage to their heart's content. In the US, there's still rules about hypothecation. So yeah, in my view, there's something going on. Does that mean that gold is going to go to the moon from here, a bit like Bitcoin? I don't know, but it's looking fairly good at the moment. And with that in my mind, I was going through Zero Hedge, as I usually do, and I saw an article by a guy that I followed for quite a few years. He's quite technical. I think his name is Keith Weiner, and his article today says, "Quantum change in gold and silver demand." And yeah, he writes for his website is Monetary Metals. He's not always bullish. A lot of times he comes out and has very bearish, calls on gold and silver. But I recommend you read this article. It is a bit how can I say, technical. He talks about the gold bases, the gold co-bases, the silver bases. And basically what that means is that usually when gold, the dollar price, the dollar goes down against gold, he talks in terms of dollars, the demand for physical gold doesn't go up because they're using the paper to buy the future, the gold future. But he's noticed recently that with the dollar going down or gold going up these last couple of weeks or so, that the demand for physical gold is actually going up. He also asks the question that I've asked, is it because of the holiday period, thin liquidity? We don't know, but we need to keep an eye on it. And he points out that the move in the co-bases, which basically signifies the demand for physical gold and silver, precedes the move in the price. So he notices that this co-basis shoots up around the 28th of December, and it spikes really up strongly, very unusual move. And he notices that ever since then, the price of gold has been going up. And the same thing happened to silver on the same day, 28th of December, after the close in New York. And when London opened, or the Far East opened, the co-basis went through the roof. So we need to keep an eye on this. I guess we can look for more updates from Mr. Wiener and from Monetary Metals, and also keep an eye on the price and the fact that we've had very little correction whatsoever. None of the cartel raids of a few billion dollars of a nominal amount of paper gold recently, which is very unusual. So gold climbing a wall of worry, so to speak, for the gold bugs and lovers of sound money. The dollar has gone down a lot. The euro and the pound, for example, are still quite strong. But looking at it today, for example, spot gold is up 0.75%, while the pound is up 0.46%, and the euro is up 1/3%. So actually gold is also going up against those currencies today. And even against the yen is up 0.5%. Gold is up 0.72%. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on steemit.com DTube, which is like a version of YouTube on the blockchain, and on Twitter. I'll talk to you later. Bye.